How you doing this morning, guys? Captain Boomer here. Going to do something a little bit different today. Something that's heartfelt for me, kind of personally, and this program is dedicated. There will be no. I'm going to play maybe one or two songs by the Animals, but this I apologize. I'm trying to make some coffee down here, and if that's what you hear, I'm sorry. I had no idea that little teeny coffee maker makes so much noise. It almost sounds like something's wrong, does it not? I really didn't want to start this podcast this way. Really didn't want to. There again, it is live and it's what you get. Oh, shut up already. Okay, anyway, I'm sorry for the interruptions here. I'm launching a campaign myself, and I personally think it's overdue, long overdue. Today, I'm calling today National Agent Orange Awareness Day, and because like I said, I believe it's long overdue, and it's a travesty that was perpetrated by our U.S. government during the Vietnam War, and a huge billion-dollar corporation, chemical corporation, called Monsanto, of which I know you've heard of Monsanto. Well, these two entities got together and decided that they're going to get rid of the foliage over in Vietnam during the war. They figured it'd be a lot easier to spot Charlie and, therefore speed up the winning the war process. Well, it didn't really work out that way, and what the travesty is, and it's not just us Vietnam vets either. It's there's millions and millions of people that are affected by this stuff, Nate. And why this stuff was not tested any better than probably it was, if it was tested at all. Here's a point for you. I've watched every Vietnam movie ever made, and I don't know which one is my favorite. I like some of the scenes in Forrest Gump. What's that other one? Oh, come on. Anyways, when you watch some of these Vietnam movies of Vietnam, if you do not hear the word or words spoken, Agent Orange, not that I know of. I've watched them all and I can't recall any. And why? Because they don't want that fact to still to be out there lingering. The war itself was bad enough, but then again, it's like pouring salt into an open wound, Oh, here it is, Agent Orange. If you really check into the Agent Orange stuff, you'll find out that millions of Vietnamese, innocent Vietnamese, were exposed to that, as well as our own troops, and as well as yours truly. But it's I don't know what to say. It's just that and I put it on my post out there. It's true. I mean, in this country, we we have a national beer day. We have a national pretzel day. We have national ice cream day. The LGBT have their day. You name it. There's a day, but there's not an Agent Orange Awareness Day, and that's why I'm launching this campaign, in hopes that the government will step up to the plate and say, hey, you know what? Yes, we did wrong, you guys, and we wronged the Vietnamese people. And boy, if you see some of the photographs and stuff of what this Agent Orange not only did, but is continued to doing, this is like a cancer. It don't go away. And as a matter of fact, in some aspects, it's worse than cancer because it's passed on. Now they're finding out it can be passed on generationally to generations. So it's not just, where cancer can be in your genes, I suppose, but not like this stuff. They're finding out in different studies and stuff that even your grandchildren, our grandchildren, all the Vietnam vets' grandchildren can even be affected by this stuff. And case in point is, yes, I have one grandson, and I'm not going to go into names or nothing like that. But yes, it makes me wonder at times, and even a couple of my sons. One has Crohn's and stuff like that, and they're saying some of the stuff could be attributed. Now I know some of you saying, it's just coincidence. Well, yeah, but how many coincidences are there out there that, you really, after a while, you gotta, you gotta take notice. And this is why I'm trying to launch this national campaign. I pray that people will. And what I'm asking today, more than anything, is if you can post, get a picture. I'm not asking you to go out and buy anything orange, anything laying around. Hell, stick an orange peel in your mouth. I don't care, anything. Take a picture of you associated wearing a round orange, or hell, hey, I got something. Hey, all these people go out to these games, football games, and paint their faces and bodies, for their favorite football team. Millionaire guys out there chasing each other, wrestling each other for this pigskin thing and making millions of dollars. And all these people, yin-yangs, are painting their faces, supporting them. Well, how about painting your face orange today, huh? And post it out there post it on Facebook or something out there, will you? Now that's true support. That's. Anyway, the travesty of this stuff, it was called Operation Ranch Hand is what it was called. And I believe it started up in about 61, 62, and it got over in, I want to say, 71 or 70 or 71, 72. And I've heard a couple different dates, but one that stuck out in my mind more than the other ones that kept coming up was January 28th, 1971, was when the government finally said enough of this crap. We're killing our own men slowly and stuff, and this stuff just isn't getting the job done. And another reason why is because the VC had so many tunnel systems that it was wasn't even worthwhile to be spraying this stuff. So there you go. That's what Captain Boomer's about today, and I know, if you shut me off, that's fine. I mean, I'm going to have my 2 cents worth anyways. I'm going to have my say one way or the other. But if you don't believe what I'm saying, if you don't, it's no big deal, I guess, to millions of people. That's a problem with this country nowadays, as far as I'm concerned, is the fact that today we listen to our eyes, our taste, smell, stuff like that is what we're more attuned to, especially the younger generations. There's no more heartfelt stuff. There's no more, what's the word? There's no more compassion. There's no more true caring. There's no more thinking with your head. There's no more, it's thinking with your eyes in a certain part of the male body. By the way, the wife told me that years ago. It's all about eye candy, taste candy. You know, I gotta look cool. I gotta fit in. I gotta be cool. Hollywood, they affect so many people nowadays. It's sick, sickening. And half of them are millionaires out there sleeping with each other, and whatever. I don't know, but it's true. We're living through our eyes, things we don't really need but we want. We live through our taste. We can't afford certain foods and stuff, but we buy it. Go out to fancy restaurants. I don't know. We've got to start thinking back to where it was 30, 40, 50 years ago. I remember, here's a little story. I remember as a kid growing up, South Minneapolis, I remember the days, I don't know, maybe I was 7, 8, 9. I remember the days when I go over to my friend's house, and Mikey's mom would say, and every mother said this pretty much back in the 50s and 60s. I'd walk in the door, she'd say, hi Kenny, how you doing? I'd say, hi Mrs. Picard, how you doing? I mean, I didn't do the Eddie Haskell thing, oh my, you look hot today, none of that stuff. But I mean, but what she always said to me, she always says, okay, so how's your mom doing? I said, fine. Okay, tell her I said hello. I'll do that, Mrs. Picard. That's what parents did. That's what moms did. They did. They cared about one another. They asked how your mom was doing, or what's going on with her, is she feeling better today, or what. You don't get that no more. You don't get any of that anymore. Is it any wonder why we're in the state we're in? Man, and at my age now, I mean, I think about those days back then, and it's true. There's none of that anymore. How's your mom doing, Kenny? How's your mom doing? Didn't mean a whole lot at the time, but these days it means a hell of a lot. It really does. It just should. All of us should have a wake-up call. Just in that little episode right there, we should all have a wake-up call. There was a time when we did care. There was a time in all our lives that we did actually care for one another. And now we're caring about totally wrong things. And I guess maybe that's why I'm kind of doing this. This is not about my little podcast, Captain Boomer. Although I like doing it, it's a hobby, and I quit drinking 38 years ago. I guess I had to tell the wife, hey, I'd rather do this and spend maybe $20, $30 on this little project of mine a month than sit down at the American Legion. You can always go back to drinking. You can always go back to drinking. Anyway, I choose not to. I got beautiful grandkids and stuff, and I've got to be around and stuff like that. As you should, we all should be thinking about sticking around as long as we can. Although times it is kind of hard from what I just talked about. It is kind of hard sometimes. So yeah, but I only wish with all my heart that I can see some pictures out there today. Please, little towns out there who supported me. Stillwater, Minneapolis, St. Paul, they're not little towns. And sometimes I can't even remember their names. Hastings, Minnesota. And there was. I apologize. I can't think straight. But all you little towns that are out there that have listened to me, my little podcast, please. Yeah, put on some orange today, will you please, and send a picture out there. And it's not just for me; it's showing your neighbors, and it's showing other people around the country that it's not about football. It's not about the lesbians and stuff. Although everybody in this country gets their turn, gets their recognition, gets their day in court, gets to put their